This is my question for evaluation. How did you use media in the construction, research, planning and evaluation? So for my construction and my research, I've used a number of products from the internet and also not from the internet. So it's included Blogger. Blogger is my home base. So obviously you are reading or listening to this from Blogger. So it has helped me note down all my efforts, theories, and my overall products itself. It's helped me collect my research and note it in a way that not only do I understand, but you as a viewer can understand as well. I've also been able to add my focus groups evaluations to this software, which helps you as an examiner understand not only in order what people think, but also you can trust that everything I've put on this has been a good and decent way to do it. The way that I have actually presented some of my focus group evaluations, my evaluations itself has been a maze. It's helped me create a professional and interactive way of communicating to those in my audience, so yourselves. It's been very interactive. So in one of my evaluation questions, you are drawn in. So it comes at you and you feel like you're actually in the presentation itself. Because sometimes if you watch or look at a presentation, you just feel like, yeah, it's a slide after slide after slide. However, that one is very interactive in the way that it lays out and also the way it communicates with yourselves. Like Maze, I have Prezi that I've used. Personally, I don't feel that it is a very good software for myself. However, I thought that I would include it to show my different understandings of real media software. So Prezi has been an effective purpose for my media, but I wouldn't say that it's my favourite. Storyboard that has been a very new and useful experience for myself, as it has helped me create a professional storyboard with all the facts and the figures that I've needed, all the body positions, motions. I'm able to do this on a piece of software instead of drawing it on a piece of paper that doesn't look that good or professional itself. So this storyboard has helped me understand that you need to be able to come across to your actors. Not only do you need to come across to your audience, but you need to tell your actors what they need to do and when they need to do it, because else it doesn't work for you as a director. So what I actually did, I showed my characters the storyboard before we started filming. I wanted them to get an idea of what I wanted them to do. And if they didn't, I had my iPad, which I actually took out, and I had it on my iPad itself. And if they got stuck on what they needed to do or what they needed to look like, I would go back to my iPad and show them how I wanted them to sit. So the characters on the storyboard that actually sit, they can lean like this, they can put their hands in front of their face, they can be upset, sad, happy, anything you want them to do, they can do it. So not only is it helpful for them, it's helpful for me, and it's helpful for you as an audience member. It's able to show you the way that I wanted my music video to go. So, for example, when I did my first draft, I decided to go for a bullying theme. However, myself, my target audience, didn't think it worked as well as the next theme. So what I went and did is I went back to the first storyboard. I looked at it. It didn't feel the same. So I went back to storyboard that, and I actually started a new storyboard. I added the guy, the girl, the love, the park, the ways that I wanted them to stand, sit, together, not together, walk away, anything I needed them to do, I was able to do it. So storyboard that has actually become a very big and important side of this year's work for myself, because it's able to help me generate new and clean ideas instead of little stickmen that you wouldn't be able to understand anyway. A piece of equipment that has obviously been a very important piece of, well, equipment really, has been a digital camera. Obviously, I've needed cameras to film my music video themselves anyway. So without a camera, I wouldn't be able to film it. So this Panasonic camera has actually helped me focus and think of my music video. I've been able to pause the film, to restart, to delete it, to view it in front of the actors to see what they are doing wrong themselves. When I can see it, but they can't see it themselves, so I've played it back to them. However, when it came to my digipack and the stationary photos that I needed, I felt that the Panasonic flip cam wasn't as good as my smartphone itself. So I decided to use my smartphone. As I'm used to this camera, I'm able to understand the way that it goes. I can manipulate it in any way that I needed to, and it gave me that positioning that I needed because it's very lightweight. I don't need a tripod. I can use my hands and it will be straight. So instead of using my Panasonic flip cam, I decided to use my smartphone. For editing out of these products, I used Adobe Elements 11. And it's helped me in the sense that I actually was able to get the job done. However, after a long time trying to understand the program itself, because you can't just jump into a product that you don't know. So after doing my karaoke task and understanding how it works, I was able to see that some issues do occur on Adobe. But like with any movie software, you need to be able to connect and do it smoothly or else it won't work. So after a while, I was able to understand how to make transitional changes. I was able to change the edited colour. So, for example, in one of my clips, there is a tungsten light coming from one direction because I wanted the binary opposites. I wanted the light side that she was willing to forgive and the dark side that holds the grudge and the way that she was just so angry inside. So with the help of Adobe, I was able to connect the tungsten lighting to the editing. So I made the face darker. I was able to do that without destructing the lighter side on one side. I was able to make this side darker, but you could still see the anger in her eyes. Also, with Photoshop, I was able to manipulate some of my images for my digipacks themselves. So for my digipack, I had an issue where I felt like there was too much happening in the background, and so did my target audience. So I needed to change this as it didn't look professional, I must admit, and I needed to manipulate the image so I felt that it was professional, and so did they. So what I actually did is I took the photo, moved it onto Adobe Photoshop. I took her away from the background because you can layer it up. I coloured in the background so it looked like the other side where the other side wasn't as busy. And then I actually added in some trees so it looked like she was still in the park. As the park is a big scene in my music video, I thought that it was only fitting to carry on the theme with my digipack. And I was able to do this with the help of Adobe. When it came to actually helping my target audience view my products, I actually use my social networking Facebook. As it not only is that helpful for me because it's all on there, it's also helpful for them because they don't need to go out their way, they don't need to miss a lesson so I could film it. They just needed to type a few words on Facebook, and I actually just screenshotted the page, blocked their names out so no one could know who they were, and I added it to my blogger. And this was actually a really effective way of doing it, as I didn't know how I should include my target audience at this point, because before I had done Amazes, I wanted to try something new. So I used my Facebook page to help me do this. A way that I actually got my video onto my Facebook page and also my Digipacks was through YouTube. YouTube is a massive site that is able to make videos go online, so you can embed and post and do everything that you need to do as a director to help your target audience see what you needed them to see. So I use YouTube a number of times, as you can see, because I'm actually using YouTube now. And it's really helpful, as you can add words that you need to say, include what's the video about, so you yourselves can actually understand what it's about before you just go clicking on. So this has been my evaluation question 4, my pros and my cons. I hope I answered everything that I needed to. Hope you enjoy.